So let's see if I can find this. This is a story that has been very interesting for me. Because when I first heard it, it's at the beginning of a CD of Pirzia talking about the meaning of Allah and the meaning of the word who. When I first heard the story, I thought, oh, good story. I wonder why he put that in there. And I'll say a bit more about it when we've listened to it. I'm pretty sure it's at the beginning of it.
There's a story of a man who went into the presence of a great murshid. It said, I must initiate you.
Can you hear this? Shut up.
And the man said, oh no, murshid, I have the greatest veneration and love for you, but I could never take your hand in initiation. I'm unworthy. I do very bad things. And so the murshid answered, I must initiate you, but simply promise that you will not do those bad things in my presence. And the man was surprised and said, oh, no, murshid, I would never think in front of you. And so he received initiation, and he went back to his city and felt the urge to do those things. But then when it came to it, he always felt the presence of the murshid. And so his whole character was changed. The murshid is the representation.
Yeah, I just love that story because it had very little impact on me when I first heard it. And then I discovered that it was just an exact description of what happens. There's a presence there the whole time. And then as you get more and more into it, it's something that's sort of really been coming to me in the last few months. Because I'm quite a skeptical person, or I have been, and so I sort of resist certain things. And actually doing this workshop, I got to a point where I just absolutely knew that I couldn't do it on my own. There's no way. I had to ask for help. And Shahabuddin had told me also that I needed to call in, call in the masters. And might sound like a very obvious thing to some people, but to me it wasn't obvious at all. It was the most uncharacteristic thing for me to do. And I just came to this, I can't describe it really, this huge experience of letting go of resistance and calling for help from beings that I hadn't previously acknowledged, and realizing that in my doubt and skepticism I was not connecting with almost the whole of the wonder of spirit. Now, I'm not trying to say this for anybody else, but that's just what it meant for me. But when you do that, and when you really do it, I mean, this story becomes like a real understatement. If you've called in Hazrat Nayak Khan and Murshid Sam and some of the older saints, I mean, you really do find yourself needing to watch your step. So I just felt like sharing that story with you. I love that story. It's wonderful.